Are your boots duller than a doorknob? Well, today I'm going to show you how to fix that. Now you might be thinking, Lola, what does polishing parade boots have anything to do with me? Well, I'm going to show you how the skills to polish parade boots can also be used on other shoes. In fact, they can also be used on docks or formal shoes. Firstly, you'll need a few supplies. First, you need a shirt you don't mind staining. Mine is Snoopy. Then you'll need your boots of any kind. You need your polish for the Doc Martens. I'm using Doc Marten shoe polish. For the parade boots, I'm using Kiwi black polish and water. Then you'll need your polishing cloths, brushes, one to buff and one to clean. And then of course, you need your socks. Now it's time for polish. We start with brushing the boot all nice and clean, as we don't want any dirt on any surface of the boot, from top to bottom. Now we move on to the actual polishing, where you're going to take your sponge applicator, if it's on Doc Martens, and you're going to add a little bit to the tip of the boot in little tiny circles. Then you're going to move on to actually buffing it into the boot. First, you're going to grab your polishing rag and you're going to spread it over 2 fingers and twist it so it looks like this. And then you're going to make even smaller circles with your hand to buff it all into the boot, like this. And as you go, your circles can get bigger and bigger as the polish gets more into the boot. And then you buff. You take your other brush and you wipe down your boot to make sure all the polish is in your boot and soaked into the leather. And then you repeat the step of making small circles into your boot until your boot is nice and shiny, making your circles bigger as you go. So you have nice, clean Doc Martens. Now with parade boots, leather shoes, or formal shoes, we have to add a step. First, you're just like the Doc Martens, you're going to brush down your boot to free it of dirt and debris. Then you're going to take water and spray the top of your boot to make a thin layer of water. Then you're going to take your polish. I like Kiwi because it's cheap and easy. I'm using the black leather polish. Then you're going to pop it, open it up, and take your polishing cloth. Just like we did with the other polishing cloth, you're going to wrap it around 2 fingers like this and add a little bit of polish to your polishing cloth. Then you're going to make little tiny circles around your boot, making sure the rag and the boot soaks up all the polish and excess water. Just like this. Then you're going to take your buffing brush and you're going to brush the top of your boot to make sure it collects all the excess polish and excess water. Then you're going to continue to do those steps repeatedly until you get a nice shine. To recap, you start by brushing your boot free of dirt and debris. Then you move on to polishing, where you either put your water first or your polish first. Then you move on to grabbing your polishing cloth, wrapping around your 2 fingers like this, and making little tiny circles. After which you proceed to buffing your boot. You will do this 2 steps until either you have a nice glossy finish over your boot or your fingers hurt. So, with a few supplies, some time and effort, I like to do this while watching my favorite show. You too can take your boots from dull to shiny.